ladies and gentlemen, I got about a day and a half left in my THORnews fundraiser. Asterisk. I say that because the fundraiser continues even past the 3rd till we get to the goal. Anyway, yeah, I do a fundraiser every single month. It's so crazy. It's like my life is like a game show. But you guys have been great to me, so I try to be super great to y'all. But if you'd like to contribute, I got a snail mailbox, PayPal, Venmo, a CashApp, a Patron, and only $1,185 left to raise. Will you be my miracle? ? All right, let's get to the news. I'm in a weird mood because everybody's losing their mind. So I might say something that might trigger you in this video. All right, so yeah, New York governor told CNN the rain was far more than anyone really expected. Which really wasn't true because, 8 days out, I was talking about how anomalous the rain from Ida was going to be in the northeast coast. It was expected 5 to 7 inches for hundreds of miles. So, I don't know, it's just weird these days. And people are like, nobody warned us about this shit. Yeah, it's crazy all over. And I think we only lost 3 people to the hurricane when it hit as a Category 4 in Louisiana. But 41 people lost their lives so far in New Jersey and New York in this storm. So it's best to stay on top of things, be prepared, play defense. Please remember, I'm your planetary defense commander, so I worry about the prominent defense issues of the day. And for a year and 8 months, it has been the coronavirus. And I know that always gets people triggered and hot takes and stuff. But Florida's reporting an average of 325 coronavirus deaths a day. My state, Texas, in the last 2 days has reported 661 deaths. So we're averaging 300 coronavirus deaths a day. I think we're at 350 today. 341. And the fall and winter hasn't even started yet. So, of course, our governor was on the TV day talking about how great Elon Musk is and how Elon consistently tells him that he loves the social policies in the state of Texas. Remember, Elon's the guy who last March told everybody that we would drop to 0 coronavirus cases by May and then move to Texas in March after, buying up land on pennies in the dollar. Anyway, and so let's talk about hurricanes. Everybody loves to talk about hurricanes. This is Larry. Larry's now a hurricane. He's a major monster. He is supposed to curve out to sea, but we are going to be paranoid because I remember Florence when they were like, yep, it's going to curve out to sea. And then when I got to about here, they're like, oh, we've changed our mind. It's going to hit the Carolinas. And then we've got a spot behind it to watch. But the one I'm obsessed with now is this one. Because models had consistently been showing a hurricane coming into the Gulf around the 8th to the 11th. And then they stopped. And then they're blinking on and off again with the models. For example, a lot of the models have it going into the Gulf and then just dying, which doesn't make any sense to me. And then some have it hitting Florida now. Now let's take a look at the latest run of the GFS with watching that thing in mind. As you can see here, you'll get a low to form right there. See that? It's just like a little low, and then it goes into Destin. And it's on the tail end of the giant thing, which Larry then connects to. That's weird. The Euro shows it as 2 dots as a low on the 10th. And then it has it going in as a depression in a Crystal River. On the 11th, the JAM has it as a tropical storm. On the 8th, going into Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi. The nav gem is you ain't got to worry about nothing. But then look at this entire rain band that goes from the entire Gulf is covered. And you got all of Texas all the way up into Canada. And look how close Larry comes in this one. And the icon only goes out to the 7th. But you can still see there's it's trying to form something in the Gulf. So I am watching this one because I don't think we got the warning system on Ida wasn't that great. And then clearly the warning system for getting the knowledge to the people wasn't that great for up in the Northeast. And so it is crazy days indeed. And coincidentally, the sun is acting nuts. We have a new sunspot rapidly growing. It didn't exist yesterday. Now it's bigger than Earth. That's what she said. A new sunspot is rapidly growing in the Earth's southern hemisphere. Sweet. Look at this NH Alpha. But yeah, we got 3 sunspots in the sun right now, and the sun has definitely been putting on a show. This is AR2860, I believe, and it has popped off 2 more C-class flares in the last 24 hours. This one has been very active, and it'll be turning away. And look at its magnetic field lines. That's crazy, man. So, yeah, strange days indeed. Let's watch it one more time. And then I had a little weird bar on the bottom of it that went away, but yeah. Wild, man. Man, I thought the dystopian future was going to be more fun than this. Guess not. So we're going to have to work hard to create our own fun and enjoyment. Because I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer, but I am your Planetary Defense Commander, and I'm just trying to get everybody mentally, emotionally, and physically prepared for September, which I think is going to be a little worse than August. And then October, it's going to be a lot worse than September. And November is going to be brutal, and December is going to be brutal. It's going to be, the fall and winter phase of a pandemic while you have the world sort of falling apart, cryptocurrency trying to overtake the dollar, and then Americans just totally engaged in a passive-aggressive civil war. They can't agree on anything, man. And so, but I'm not throwing in the towel. It's kind of like, what do they say? Americans always do the right thing after they've exhausted all other options. So apparently we're going through the exhaust all other options period. And who knows what the sun's going to do next, man. But I definitely think it's picking up an activity, and it's going to continue to do so. Over here, you can see they've got the rain kind of creeping up because, we're just now on the cusp of whenever that thing is going to be hitting the coast, where the QPF 1 week out is barely picking it up, but it should start picking it up in the next few days. Still tons of rain along the Mexico volcano range, and then it looks like this is where the new weather will be of raininess, and it's right near the severe weather spot in the middle of the USA. Did I mention you guys are awesome? Okay. And I'm a little exhausted. The last 2 months have been quite a run. I'm proud of everyone that survived, especially if you kept a sense of humor and a little bit of optimism through it all. I think the spring of 2022 is going to be much better, but that when I say that, that also triggers people. This is mixed precipitation over the next 48 hours, and you've got your next storm moving in. It's a wild world after all. Yeah, Larry's nasty. So we're definitely keeping an eye on Larry. And we're definitely keeping an eye on this area down here for the next week. And we're going to be over 2,000 coronavirus deaths probably by next week. A day. It's just super crazy. We're already at 1,400 a day, and that doesn't even count the total counts of all the things. Georgia's getting hit hard. So it's like in a short span, we went from everybody yelling at each other about Afghanistan to everybody yelling at each other about climate change to everybody yelling at each other about abortion. I don't necessarily think yelling at each other is going to solve many problems. Industrial engineer Irene Chiores. Yep, we've had 1, 2, 3 C-class flares in the last 24 hours-ish. But hey, just think how much we are going to enjoy the Roaring 20s if we ever get them started. But sure, yeah, absolutely. Like Rabbi Emily Cohen says, well, if this doesn't sum up where everyone almost is right now, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. Well, so, we had the big storm in February that killed 400 Texans, and then we had the big storm in Canada, heat wave that killed like 800 Canadians, and then we lost 41 people to the Northeast. But that's why, but still, compared to the coronavirus is killing like 1,000 people a day when it didn't have to. Anyway, I know everybody's tired talking about it, but we're still going to have to deal with it till spring next year, in my opinion. Okay, and then there's always the earthquake and volcano factor. I think we made it through August without a major volcano eruption, which was the first month of the year. So that's something. But we did have some pretty big earthquakes. Yeah, death toll rises after most significant flash flooding in New York City history. And so, yeah, like, Larry's are super creep factor on, like, spookiness. You know, we'll have to keep an eye on it, which I'm doing. And so we had, like, the major massive Tennessee flooding, and then we had the hurricane, and then we had the Northeast major flooding, and then we just got wildfires totally ripping up and down the West Coast, multiple states. So do you really think that, like, in 1969, when they started the internet, they were like, all right, let's depeg the dollar 2 years from now, and let's start to beat down the spirits of Americans so that we can kind of slip cryptocurrency in under the wire from 2017 to 2021? Maybe, dude. Definitely maybe. Yep. That's about THORnews. You'll get some takes here that you won't hear anywhere else. And sometimes I'm funny and inspiring. But maybe not today, though, which is a downer for me because, dang, it's fundraiser season. I need to be at the top of my game. Though, you know, I was telling everybody like a week in advance, this can be horrible, the flooding up there. Oh, yeah, so the FAA grounded Virgin Galactic Richard Branson thing indefinitely following reports of them fudging shit up. That's not good. Hey, geomagnetic storm watch. Yes, that's a real thing, which is issued for yesterday and today. Geomagnetic storm watch is because of the solar winds. Philadelphia had massive river flooding from Ida. And in one of the weirdest stories the last 2 years, which I'm still surprised hasn't really gotten any coverage, Betelgeuse, which kept dipping down to like 70% of its brightness, which is a star, now back at 100%. So congratulations, Betelgeuse. And I told y'all that like 2-3 weeks ago, almost everybody I knew, you know, in my family or friends or old friends, like either they had breakouts in their family or breakouts at work or breakouts. Coronavirus has ripped through Texas the last 2 or 3 weeks. And now we're watching, after they just reopened school a week or two ago, now they're having to rolling close down so many schools in Texas. I don't know. We haven't really handled 2020 or 2021 that well. So let's hope we make it through. All right. So I will be on watch for y'all. Although if things go well, I plan to take off Saturday night and maybe even Sunday because I need a rest. Okay. Yeah, dude, I try to outwork every YouTuber out there with the output I put out and with the information I put out. And so if you appreciate all the ass-kickiness I've done in the last few months, it would be appreciated on my side if you would make a donation or contribution. I got a snail mail, PayPal, Venmo, CashApp, Patron, and even prayers or just good thoughts. Or think happy thoughts about me. I appreciate that immensely as well. I've only got $1,185 left to go. And I hope I get to guide y'all through September, October, November, December as your planetary defense commander. Because I think I do a good job. But thank you very much to Asteroid Fight Club. You guys do always take excellent care of me. Super duper appreciate y'all. There's no way I'd still be doing this if you guys weren't as awesome and worth it. But thank you very much to Barbara, Alex, Alexis, Arnica, Ann, KJ, Max, Lauren, Daryl, Brian, Dan, Marlita, Richard, Lightsoul, Glenda, Matthew, Bryce, Charles, Tracy, Nancy, Pink Wolf Girl, Dave, Cody, Greg, John, Jamie, Mad Motifs, Andrea, Darlene, and Ed. You guys are awesome and incredible. And so stay cool, and I will talk to y'all in the near future. And hopefully my hackers will calm down so I can make an edited video. It's kind of fun and kind of funny. I was working on a video about Cookie Doom, but then my hackers kept messing with me. All right, stay cool. Talk to you soon. God bless everyone.